Let's get ready to rumble!
Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the CornerCade. Friday night, chilling and chatting, moving and grooving, squatting and speaking, walking and talking, baby. Zero Redux, where you at? Are you in the house? Let's go, baby. This was your idea. Zero Redux left me a comment in the video, one of my videos or posts that I did, and he said, listen, the Super Game Room dudes aren't live. CornerCade, let it rip. And I said, okay, why not? I was just cleaning up the house and getting the kids ready for bed. So let's go, baby. That's why I'm here tonight. That's why I'm here tonight to rock and roll with you guys. And before we can even get started with talking about the new latest and greatest news in the home arcade, you know, we got a little iconic to talk about, Iconic Arcade. And of course, Basic Fun has really stolen the headlines here, which is all of their little tidbits. We're going to go all over all of them, kind of catch you guys up on the news and the notes and the happenings and the whatnots, so you guys can make kind of an informed decision. If you guys are going to buy, I'm going to be curious to see what you guys are getting, if you guys are going to get anything. If not, let me know, see what I'm getting hyped. But before we could really get started, I got to scroll over here because now we are one down. You guys got 4 more to go, and you're going to get me for overtime, and the show hasn't even started yet. Zero Redux, thank you so much, man. $5 super chat in the house. Friday Night Live, already getting people hyped. Zero, let's go, baby. Give him a big like that in heart that. Comment on that super chat and let them know that you appreciate it. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You don't have to do it, but we always appreciate it. All right, here we go, guys. Before we get started, I'm going to say hi to each and every one of you guys. Thumper Squid is in the building. Are you ready to get hyped? Let's go, gamers. That's right. Mike Hawkhurts, one of my CornerCade crew channel members. I love gold and news and notes too. Yes. So we're going to talk about all the happenings. Mike, it's good to have you here, man. Says he needs that Supreme WrestleFest to have the actual games list on this Gen 1. It's a total no-show for me. Yeah, I'm curious too, because obviously you guys know we've talked about this for a while, a good 6, 7, 8 months now, about these XL Revolution, this XL Total Takeover, right? So I'm going to be more interested, and I'll still cover the Ultra series, but I'm going to be more interested to see what's going on with that Supreme series. And we got big time news and notes that I will get to regarding that Supreme series, guys. So if WrestleFest isn't your forte, don't worry, basic fun is going to get you covered, and I can guarantee you iconic will as well. Those are the two heavy hitting guys. Just real quick on a side note, isn't it just a breath of fresh air that we don't have to talk about Arcade 1-Up and another Pac-Man? Good God Almighty, chat. Let me scroll over here. That's a definitely holla if you hear me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's like right? Like, God, man, it's just refreshing. Like, I don't know. Let me know, chat. Let me know. But yeah, Mike, we're gonna cover basic fun and the WrestleFest everything. We got pictures of the Supreme. If you guys saw, I posted those up on the channel, so we'll take a look at everything. Vic Vicious, thank you so much, man, for coming on by. One of my moderators, channel moderators. I don't know if Jason's gonna be able to be here tonight. I think he might be golfing, so I need everybody else to step it up, baby. Let's go. Can you step it up my wrenches? Holla if you hear me. Says 9:30. Damn, Danny, I'm watching SmackDown. This better be good. Come on, dude. It's SmackDown. You got the Let's Go show with Danny in the cornercade. I mean, come on. You got to have either the dual screen going or you got to use the flip-floppy thing. And I will say this. You can always watch me on the replay. Can you do that with SmackDown? Can you? Are they still on Netflix? I don't even know anymore. All right, let me scroll down here. Mike, Fourth Horseman. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by, saying hi to the crew. All right, let's scroll down, see what we got going on. Provolone Joe, another Cornercade crew channel member. Danny, are you still getting WrestleFest with all the recent news? To sum it all up, yes. But there are a lot of negatives and positives, and we will go over that to kind of help guide you guys in the right direction for sure. NASA Canes fan in the building, another Cornercade crew channel member. What's up, guys? The U in the house. That's right. It's the University of Miami, if I'm correct. I could be totally wrong. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me, NASA. I could be totally wrong. But I think it's the U, right? Because that's what they call the University of Miami, right? The U. Retro Lab Rat is in the building. I need this song from my car. Okay. So the guy who makes this is White Bat Audio. I always leave credit to him in every video that I do. Go check his stuff out. He is phenomenal. And the coolest thing is he makes this for creators to be able to use all free. You don't have to pay anything. I always jokingly said, if and when P-Dubs retires, I want to take his song, his theme song that he uses on every video goes da da na 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 da da da, because that's like a YouTube song that you can just use freely. I'm going to use that. I want to take it because that's one of my favorites. But I'm glad I could entertain you guys because all his music all his synthwave stuff is just phenomenal. He does phenomenal work. I fall asleep to it a lot. Provolone Joe says, I hope you have some guests on. The Super Danny dudes just went live. I tried. Everybody's in Cleveland right now. Everybody's in Cleveland. James hates everything's down there. Paul Miniman is taking the night off. He's spending a couple of days with his wife. I don't think I have any. There's nobody. It's me, guys. That's me. I'm gonna try to keep you guys entertained while you're playing your home arcades or watching SmackDown. Calvin Wong, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Let's go, guys. We're one away from getting 40 in the house. We need 40 people here. Can someone share this link? Can somebody tell their brothers or sisters or parents to get on in? Let's get some even numbers here. Let's see here. Fourth Horseman says, I'm going to 100% buy at least one cab. So we'll talk about this stuff. We'll talk about this because I want to know, guys. I put up a poll too. Go check it out. Julio Hernandez is in the house. Says every day is Cornercade at my house. That might be too much Cornercade. I got to be honest. Let's go. Thank you for stopping by, man. Absolutely love it. Super fan have it in the building. While I believe there may be more games on the 4-player cab. Excuse me. Shadow Force was a 4-player like WrestleFest. I can never say that game. Contra Tribes. I think that's the one. I've never played it before. People say I'm missing out, by the way, on Contra Tribes. Although I say Taito. Like Jason was saying that's how you pronounce it. You pronounce it Taito. Like Koname, like stuff like that. I could be totally getting too deep here in the weeds, right? But yeah, it's up to 3 players. That's it. Listen, at the end of the day, long and short, more games, more better. The Supreme series was kind of advertised as having more games. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. But yes, would we like that? Of course. I think it's a missed opportunity not putting Contra Tribes or whatever it was on there because you could have 6 games instead of 5, right? I mean, like, I don't know why that was taken off to begin with. Really haven't gotten any clarification on that, but you know, maybe I can poke my head around and see and try to find out for you guys. See if we can do some digging and see a games list. Now, I got pictures of the WrestleFest Supreme, so that'd be cool. I do want to see. Kind of been bugging Basic Fun to get their whole lineup ready to go. Like, what is your lineup, guys? So we can kind of get people hyped for the pre-orders. You know, we found out the Ultra lineup. We did a video on that. I want to know the Supreme lineup. What is the Supreme lineup gonna be? Gamer Fridge, speaking of Cleveland, he's tuning in all the way from Cleveland. Let's go, man. CornerCade Crew channel member. The fridge is open. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by. I hope you guys are actually having fun. Like, I was in your live stream, you know, poking fun at you guys, and you guys look like you were having a blast, and I would love to go to that arcade that you guys went to. It really actually looks pretty cool. Although Bubbles was not in the right form factor at all. It looked like a plastic arcade. What was going on there? That's not a Williams. It's got to be in a Williams cab. What? I've never seen anything like that. But yeah, let me know how. Let me know actually if you're still here. You might be popping by, but let me know how Pastimes is the arcade that they're at. But let me know how Pastimes compares with, you know, Galloping Ghost. I'm actually going to be making a trip to Galloping Ghost in the near future. I know a couple guys around here want to go, and we'll actually, it'll be my first time there, and we'll get to discover all the cool things with Doc Mac and everything that he has to offer. So I'm really excited to see that. Retro Lab Rat, I'm from the future, guys. Good morning in Perth, Australia. Wait, hold on. So pre-orders went live. Didn't pre-orders go live in Australia for WrestleFest? Are you getting this? Let's go, baby. So you're in the future. This is phenomenal. We are CornerCade. We are in 2 different time zones in 2 different days. Well, actually, we're broadcasting all over the world. So it's all over the world. If you smell what the Rock is cooking, man, let's go. Vic Vicious. Hey, Vic says no more super chats. So let's keep them coming. He says no more super chats. They blow my soundbar speakers insanely. So keep them coming, man. Let's go. Speaking of which, Vic, I don't want to like damper or sour your soundbar because you probably got the 7.1 setup, but you better hold on to your butt, man. Hold on to those speakers. Here we go. We're gonna let it rip, baby. That's a Canes fan, a big $10 super chat. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. You're always a big time supporter of this channel, and honestly, it goes a long way to doing all cool stuff that we like to do and to keep this program running. You know, believe it or not, this stuff costs money to do. So thank you so much, man. Miami, Cubert, Turbo, Pole Position, Defender, and Matt Mania, fan reporting duty, sir. Now, I just want to let you know that it's Miami, right? I got that right? Just want to make sure. Canes, right? The U, baby. Let's go. Pole Position, Defender, Matt Mania. Wait, are these all games that are going to be on the same cab? That would be insanity. I don't think that's possible, but you can make different cabs. I think a lot of people want Cubert. Jason was telling me yesterday a full Defender dedicated XL. People go apeshit bananas over. Me, not really Defender guy. In fact, I don't really like the game, to be quite honest with you. I like a lot of games, but Defender's not one of them. Maybe because it's so hard with all those buttons. I don't know. Pole Position's okay. The attract mode kind of bothers me when it goes do, and it just repeats that over and over again. But Pole Position's kind of cool. I know my son would love it. He loves all the racing games. Matt Mania, maybe you guys can help me too. What legally licensed games could be on this WrestleFest cab? Because I feel like all the wrestling games that are possible should be on this cabinet. That's just my 2 cents. So thank you, man, for supporting the channel. We'll get that. Oh, hey, he's going live from Cleveland. Let's go, baby. That's awesome. Provolone Joe's in the building. My goal is to one day be on a show with Danny where we are the same age. I don't think y'all can handle both of us at once. That's so funny. Hey guys, you know me, I'm always supporting the young up and coming talent because guys, I was young and up and coming at one point too. So I had my shot and I always pay it forward and pass it down. So definitely we can always set that up in the future. My only one request is that you gotta have a good mic. I already drilled this into Paul Miniman. I said, Paul, enough. You need a mic. If you're gonna come on the show, you gotta get a mic. People gotta be able to hear you clearly, otherwise they're gonna tune out. Speaking of tuning out and tuning in, Rainwater Games, CornerCade Crew channel members here. Step it up, baby. Let's go. Woo! He's getting excited. Oh my god.
Combo breaker! Bam or die!
He's getting hyped. Let's go, baby. Oh, Combat Tribes. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I don't know why. You know, certain people have like hard to pronounce words. That for some reason, combat tribes. I couldn't read that properly. I don't know. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Let's see where we go. Nazapalooza. Danny, your enthusiasm is contagious. Let's fucking go, baby. Like you only live once, right? Like, you know, it's like, why spend a minute of it sad and depressed? You know, you ain't gonna change anything. Just be positive, keep the ship rolling, and good things will happen, man. I'm telling you, surround yourself with good karma. Just is what it is, you know. Stupid fat. It's pronounced wombat wives. Stupid. Let's go. Oh my god. Let's see. I didn't forget anybody here. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down the. Yeah. I mean, that's you took the words out of my mouth. I didn't know this guy, but this is exactly why. Like, you live every day like it's your last, right? And just have fun, and be responsible, you know, and just, you know, do your thing, you know, right? Like why waste any unnecessary minutes on just BS, right? Like, it's a sad story. But Will H, I'm sorry, but this is all Zero Redux's fault. So if you want to blame him in the chat, he said, Danny, go live. We got nothing going on tonight. So he said nothing going on. So I kind of forgot Friday Night SmackDown. I'm used to Thursday Night SmackDown. Maybe that's too old. When did they change that over? Is that an old thing? I used to watch SmackDown and Raw every day. Israel Gaming's in the house. Let's go, man. This guy can say my name wrong, but won't even acknowledge me when I say his wrong funny stuff. Well, I acknowledge you in the chat right here, right now, dude. Let's go. Speaking of acknowledging, I'm going to acknowledge this one. Let's see if I can find and scroll all the way up, because this is a banger coming in hot, baby. Vic Vicious in the house with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. You always know I'm very grateful for each and every one of you guys. You don't have to super chat. I still appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in, spending at least an hour with your boy Danny at the Cornercade, having some fun. That's what it's all about, right? Vic says, no reason other than to say I love your energy, brother. Well, thank you very much, dude. It's been a long journey, my guys. I mean, can you imagine when we first started? I always say that, like, all the rocky roads we had to go through, all the BS, the ups, the highs, the lows, the downs. Let's fucking go, baby. Like, fun times and a fun journey through our YouTube adventure. And it's not going to stop just yet, because just because RK1UP decided to take a knee and end their season, there are new and exciting franchises and teams coming aboard in Iconic, Arcade, and Basic Fun. So I'm really hyped to see what the future holds, because there's a lot of future that's going to be hold. So just hold on to your butts, guys. That's all I got to say. Gamer Fridge, by the way, says past times is 100 times better. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Matt Madian needs to be on that Supreme. Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, couldn't that be on there as like an extra wrestling game? Just saying. Theme Park 365. Cornercade Crew channel member, will you buy Return of the Jedi? I will get to that when we cover that. I promise you guys. I'm just going to say hi. I love saying hi to you guys, even if it takes, there was one time it took 45 minutes just saying hi to you guys. I don't care. Grab yourself something to eat while we're doing this and have some fun, guys. Okay, so let's get into the games list here. J-Rod, thank you so much, man, for popping by. End of the line, really appreciate it, man. Thank you for tuning on in, dude. This is awesome. You guys were showing up and showing out yesterday for James Hates Everything. He almost hit triple digits, and that's pretty impressive considering the fact that we are such we're small market, guys. The whole community is a small market, right? Compared to the vast YouTube universe that we live in. And then our channels, you know, unless you're a P-Dubs, Michael B, you know, 19K Fox, those guys are just up there, right? You can't touch, you know, we're like the second tier, right? We're the second tier. So it's really cool to see, like, when us, you know, second tier guys get up there. It's really cool to see, like, the growth, you know, and the progress, because the word's getting out, and that's exciting. You know, this is exciting time for home arcade, right? Like, we got new and exciting products coming in hot, and it's really cool. It's speaking of coming in hot, holy moly. Zero Redux, holy cow, man. Thank you so much, man. $10 super chat. As fast as it can get here, it came in smoking. It's still yellow. That's why it's so on fire. It says R.I.P. Billy Chaser, gone too soon. If you don't know who he is, look up the Game Chasers in the video game years. 2 classic retro YouTube series. Yeah, like I don't know who these guys are at all. I just know he was super young. Was he like around my age when he kind of passed? It was brain cancer or something. Guys, I mean, there's a lot of scary things that go on in the world, man. That's nuts. I mean, just not being able to live a full life is just one of the saddest things possible, especially when you leave behind, you know, your parents, you know, if you have children, your wife, you know, significant others, family members, friends. It's always just horrendous and horrific news. And the more I talk about this, guys, I will like break down in tears just talking about this because it's just so sad. Like, I don't know what, I try not to go down specific routes. When you come to this show, guys, I really want it to be like an escape from your natural reality. So let's say you guys had a bad day at work or whatever the case may be, right? You got in a car accident, you got a flat tire, you know, you got an extra bill you got to pay because a flood storm or something hit your house. Like, this is a chance to get away from all of that, right? There's a lot of stuff and there's a lot of BS that goes on in the world through politics and whatnot. And it's just nice to be able to just relax, turn your home arcade on, fire up the cornercade, or in this case, SmackDown, WWE SmackDown, and just kind of get away from it all, right? And just for a little bit, have some fun, get hyped, get up or get out the way. But yeah, Zero Redux is 100%. And my channel moderators, you can go ahead and toss all those links in this chat box that we got going on here, because you guys can put links to other people's channels in there. You guys know that, right? From my rookie moderators out there. Remember, Jason's not here, guys, so you guys got to step it up. You guys got to step it up. I know Jason's used to doing all the work here, but Zero Redux, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, we're actually, believe it or not, gonna be modding some of these cabinets that are coming out. So this goes to that. Thank you so much, Zero, because it kind of sucks. I don't want to mod, but we're gonna have to mod. But the cool thing is, guys, is these Supreme cabs, this is like the end game, right? There's no like, well, I'm gonna sell it so I can get a no riser Supreme. No. Those days are over with. This is the cabinet now. So you make whatever final adjustments you want to make to this thing, whether it be marquees, real buttons, real sticks, whatever. This is it. It's done. So that's at least good positive news. And then, you know, obviously once you fill up your arcade, then, you know, if you want to sell some, let's say Return of the Jedi is not getting enough play, so you bring in Tekken or whatever, right? Just throwing stuff out there, right? Sony 4K, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Let's go, man. I think that's it. PB&J, let's go. T2, where it's at. Tier 2, where it's at. We could call ourselves T2, but if the Terminator, Tier 2 is where it's at, baby. Let's go. That's right. I'm just, you know, that's what I feel, right? That's not, I could be wrong. Zen VR, let's go, man. New Cornercade crew channel member, because I've never seen you in the chat box at least. So thank you so much for stopping by, saying hi, and showing off one of his cool emojis of Johnny Cage that he gets to use because, you know, he's a channel member. Let's go. Yeah, sorry, we gotta get back to getting hyped. No, it's cool to touch on, like, if you guys ever want to touch on subjects and stuff, I'll always give you my 2 cents, and we could always talk about that. But yeah, it's never to drag anybody down or anything. Sir Sega, thank you so much, man, for being here. Real Arcades, Danny, that's the next level. Well, technically, you're not wrong, right? Technically, yeah, that's it's so cool, like, being in this space and this hobby and making so many friends and connections. I literally could do that. Never thought it'd be possible, right? And I was actually talking to Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, the other day, and I said, you know, I can do all of the cosmetic work, you know, swap out marquees, T-molding, change out the, you know, because you always want to change out the marquee light. You don't ever want to leave it that fluorescent because it's like a hot LED bulb, or it's like a hot, you know, those old bulbs that'll burn out, fade the marquee and stuff. So you want to replace a lot of things with like newer technology, right? And, you know, sanding, painting, priming, graphics, buttons, sticks, overlay, cleaning, you name it, right? I can do all that in a cab. But when it comes to the electrical work, like if I got battery acid leaking on the PCB, I can't do anything about that. Like if I got to recap a CRT, you can forget about it. Like, so I got to have like a guy with the, like, you know, the know-how for the electronics, right? And, you know, these cabinets, if it shuts down, I just call up Arcade One Up and they send out a PCB board or something, right? And you just swap it. So it's a little bit easier to kind of do your thing as far as knowing a guy. You really don't gotta know a guy, but yeah, real arcades I think would be pretty cool because you're owning a piece of history. You know, these are replica histories. That's the real thing. Fourth Horseman had some unfortunate, sad news to say. He said, I just found out my brother is dying. He's only 41, liver failure, never drank or used drugs. That's absolutely insane. Fourth Horseman, I'm very, very sorry to hear that. Give me your thoughts and prayers in the chat, guys. Holy moly. Do you know how long he has left? Is he like in the hospital now? Wow, that's nuts. Never drank, you know, never did drugs, got liver failure. That's horrendous, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Man, I mean, it's like life is goddamn short, man. I'm telling you, like, nothing is guaranteed, dude. Nothing. Man, holy cow. Okay. Wow. Well, I'm sorry, Fourth Horseman. That's something you gotta. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. I'm always used to just being the hype guy. That I don't even know really sometimes how to like not do that, you know. So I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's horrible news. Constorm Entertainment is here. I hope for basic fun's sake that they actually push a Fighter XL by the end of the year. I think you're going to get a lot of that from Iconic. So I think they're going to try to do opposite stuff for at least the time being. Okay, so Fourth Horseman says he just got home, drained a bunch of fluid off of him, and he raised me. Yeah, that's, man, I'm telling you, family's everything, dude. If you don't have that, got nothing, right? So I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's just, at least you know, and you can kind of make the best of the time that you have left, right, together. At least, because I feel like if you go down in a plane crash or an accident, like, you never got to say goodbye, and if everybody kind of knows, you can enjoy your time at least a little bit more. I mean, that's the way to look at it, at least half glass full, right? So, but yeah, okay, guys. We're gonna shift gears here, okay? So we're gonna talk Iconic. So let's do this. Let's do this, guys. And yeah, like I said, Fourth Horseman is one of our family members here, so let's give him some love in the chat, guys. Double Dragon, guys. Okay, so when this was shown off at the Arc System World event, right, Bobby Vu, along with a couple third-party home arcaders companies, made this prototype, right? And we were like, whoa, this thing is gorgeous. Now, one thing I would like to know, is the marquee lit on this thing? Like, it doesn't look lit to me like it did in the Arc System World event, but who knows, right? This cabinet looks awesome. Okay, this is so cool. Like, this is one that it's like, you just add because you just don't ask questions and you add it, right? Now, I'll say this. I was doing a little research on Double Dragon, right? Because I never really played the game, right? You heard of Double Dragon. I watched a cartoon when I was a kid, right? But I guess there's slowdown when like 3 or more characters are on the screen. So is there a way to, through emulation, not do the slowdown? Like, I think I might be getting a little hate here because it's not like true to what it is, but who the hell wants to play through slowdown, right? So is there a way to eliminate that through emulation, and then you don't have to worry about the slowdown? Because the slowdown would piss me off when I'm trying to play this game. That's just me, though. What do you guys think? What do you guys feel? Are you feeling Double Dragon at all? Is that one that could possibly be on your watch list? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, because we're going to talk about this a little bit. So, John D, Iconic Arcade, they have 3-button layout for this, but it's kind of been now shown that, let's do this right here. So it's shown now that they're going to do 6-button layout. Well, why would they do that, right? Why would they do that? It's a 3-button game. So every cabinet kind of coming out of Iconic Arcade is going to be tied to that licensor. and you're going to be able to put a bunch of games on there. So Taito, or as Arc System works, those games will be playable on this cabinet. So it's going to be more than just your standard 3 games or whatever the case may be that is on these cabinets. It's going to be much more. As you guys are finding out with the Street Fighter, extreme iconic cabinet, that they're putting more games on there, and the 6-button layout kind of just helps feed all the fam to any type of game that you want to put this on. So you're gonna have dedicated cabinets for every single company essentially, which is cool. There's no hate. I think that's a cool way to go. I don't like messing with the nostalgia, but I guess it's okay. Chat, what do you think? Let me know, because you could really do the 2 outer blue buttons and the top black button as like your buttons for that, and that still gives you that triangle, or you can just do the lower buttons. I don't know. It's not going to be the end of the world, right? Like, it's something like, my Golden Axe cabinet, I could have done the same thing because it had a Street Fighter cabinet when I made it, but I specifically got G.I. Joe to cut a control panel with the 3-button layout on there because I wanted to be as true authentic as possible. But there are a lot of people that prefer to have more games, right? I want more games, and I've always said, look, more games, more better. As long as you're not compromising the look so much of the cabin. You're kind of doing that here, but it's yet to be seen. I've seen a company that remade this same Double Dragon cab. I actually shared it in my Discord. If you guys want to go check it out, you certainly can. That link to join the Discord is in this video's description. But they did a phenomenal job, like just building a Double Dragon cabinet. It looked just like this guy right here. So, yeah, and they had that same exact button configuration with the light blue buttons, the black on top. They did that same thing. So it's very just interesting. I would assume they put like some kind of, Pi or mini PC in the thing to run it with more than just the Double Dragon games. But I'm all for this. I got to be honest with you. There's not a lot that I can say that like, oh, I just don't like this. I screw Double Dragon. It's a boring game. It aged like manure, right? I think it's cool on a standpoint of this. We've never seen a Double Dragon cabinet in this space. And guys, this is the beginning. Mark this on your calendars, guys. This is the beginning of something new and fresh. You guys are seeing it left and right. New and exciting titles, new and exciting form factors, and that's not going to change. It is only going to get better. So for you guys that are holding out on not getting this, that's fine, because cool stuff is going to come all over the place. Trust me. Just looking at the chat here, seeing if we got anybody. Big Vicious says, if they have the Taito license or the Taito license, why can't they include Taito logos on the marquee and side art? Okay, that's a good question. Sometimes, with this being a mock-up, from remember, this is something that they did a one-off on. I don't know if they were able to get permission to do that at the said time. So that might change. I would think it could possibly change, since we've seen, company logos and marquees before and stuff. But it's a good question. Sometimes they're left off because the licensor doesn't want it, or, there's a lot of complication things that go on behind the scenes. Like, when Atari asked for the logo to be on a Push the Centipede art down on the new Basic Fun, Ultra cabinet, I think it's stupid, but they want their branding on there, right? So I don't know. There's a lot of, it's all like licensors and companies. It's their call at the end of the day. But I'm thinking that this was just a prototype done, that they will probably add that in later, at least to the marquee. Stupid Fab, it says, here's the thing about Double Dragon. The game is nostalgic, but also generic. I feel like this should have been a Gen 1 one-up. Paying $800 is too much. I kind of should have went with Paperboy, Afterburner, Spy Hunter. These things will come. Okay, these games will come. I'm not saying specifically those games, but maybe, John D specifically had this license, wanted to do a 90s, then an 80s, then go back to the 90s, kind of alternate. Who knows? Like, he's got a method to the madness, and he's a mad scientist. Trust me, he's got a plan, and he's gonna be putting that into perfection. Trust me, he knows what he's doing at the end of the day. So there's a method to the madness, and we won't know that, guys, until we start to see these cabinets roll out and kind of then piece it together. Oh, okay, that makes sense. He's pulling from different eras. So we'll see. This is exciting regardless. I'm in on this. I want to get this. This is, a lot of these cabinets, guys, that are coming out, there's not one besides the Alpha 2 cabinet. The Alpha 2 from Iconic Arcade, the Alpha 2 Extreme, that I'm like, oh my God, I gotta have this, right? Like, this is, yes, right? Like, WrestleFest doesn't give me those vibes. Return of the Jedi doesn't give me those vibes. Double Dragon doesn't give me those vibes. I'll know it. You know it when you see it. If they came out with an XL like Marvel cabinet, I'd be like, okay, yeah, you got to get that, right? XL Killer Instinct. I do like fighting games. I like beat 'em ups, but this is the cool thing, guys. And I'll show you a Reddit article here by Neo Hyper 64 in a second, that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So trust me, there is so much more that is going to be coming. 2026 is hopefully, and it should be, off the damn chain. It is going to be crazy, and it's going to be awesome. And for you Supreme or Extreme fans, it is going to be nuts. So this is why we started. Guys, listen, I didn't tear down our beautiful home arcade and sold like 15, 16 cabinets just because I knew, and I had a feeling. And right when John D committed to only making XXL cabs in the extreme size, I said, oh, okay, we got to do this. I just envisioned the future, and this is the move we had to make, right? So, and the line says, I think the 6 buttons are fine, especially since there are 3 extra to blend in the background. Got to balance it along with more games. Sticking to the original design looks fine to me. So that's kind of like, I think that's kind of like this. I think end of line kind of speak for most of it in the chat. I don't think anybody's going to hate on it if you're going to get some cool games on there. Yeah, Mike Hawker says you can always remove the buttons and cover them. You can plug the button holes pretty easy. Like wood filler and stuff, if you truly wanted to get like real crazy with it, right? All you gotta do is put painter stamp on the side or on the top of it, plug the hole in, take it off. You don't even have to really sand, or you can just put button plugs in there if you really wanted to do that, like black, kind of like what they did with what you guys did with the T2 Arcade 1-Up Deluxe. The cord covers for the T2. You can plug those little buttons in. Zero Redux says they are Sandwalk clones like iArcade. They're good. That was one thing that I noticed too. I'm always used to playing with the concave button, but these are like convex buttons right here. So I don't know. Chat, you might help me out with that. I don't know how I feel about this. These buttons are okay. I play majority like concave buttons, so I don't really have a lot of. It seems like John D's leaning heavily towards the convex buttons, which is interesting. I don't know why that is. Yeah, Nazapalooza says if you were in the arcades in 87, now I was born in 86, so I definitely was not in the arcades in 87, but this is super nostalgic, right? So for those of you guys in the chat, if you throw a 1-up if this is like a day one buy, right? Like, I don't really see or think that these are going to go on sale. They're not right now offered at like club stores and stuff, and they're not going to be like just shipped away. So they're going to be on Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, Target, eventually in the future, Spreetail. But think about it, guys. Spreetail still holds like, it's still $4.99, $5.99 for a damn Joust cabinet on a riser from our arcade 1-Up. Like, those prices stay. They do not go on sale. So theoretically, is this a day one buy for you guys? Let me know in the chat. Press 1 if you think it's a day one buy. Xeno Redux says, P-Dub says Double Dragon's like sticking your foot in manure and running it on the street. But I love that game. It's kind of funny. Yeah, he's not a big fan of this, or Bad Dudes. He just didn't age well. I think that's what's great about these games, is that this is all retro nostalgia, right? Yes, do other games hold up more, like Time Crisis, maybe Mortal Kombat, your Street Fighters, obviously, your Marvel fighting games, your Killer Instincts. I mean, I think they all have a place. It doesn't have to be for you. Like James, for example. James hates everything, loves track and field, right? And I think that I don't have any interest in track and field, right? So everybody's nostalgia is gonna be different. I think this is cool. It's a beat 'em up. I'm a big beat 'em up guy. Fighters, beat 'em up, shoot 'em up, shooters, drivers. Those are kind of like the wheelhouse that I like to stay into. So there's a beat 'em up. So I don't think I would hate it, right? I don't think I would hate it, and it just looks gorgeous, like a piece of art. This is partially why we don't play these things on multi-cade. So for you individual arcade owners, this is what gets you. It's the artwork. It's the individual cabs. It's going up there, coining up, playing a level, getting pulled by your toddler to go get apple juice. Then you leave. The game goes to game over. Then you go to Killer Instinct, right? Then your other toddler comes and says he wants cheese balls, and you just got to keep pulling. Keep getting pulled. So that's the whole point of the arcades. Guys, that's where this stemmed from. My kids are the ones that did this. Like, you guys have my kids to blame, right? Otherwise, I'd still be playing Call of Duty. But when I get played in Search and Destroy and Call of Duty, I can't go back. You're dead. So like this is the whole point of the arcades. You can go back to them, have fun, pause it, whatever, right? Fourth Horseman says, I can't wait to see the racing cab. I know it's coming. Yes, there will be one. I 100% agree with you. We're going to have to wait and see, right? Fourth Horseman is not getting this, but Zero Redux is getting this. So I got 61 people here, guys. Chat, wake up. Chat, wake up. I got 61 people here, and two people said something. Guys, I need you to wake up. What is going on? If I can't wake you up, nobody's waking you up in this community. Don't be falling asleep unless you guys are watching me on TV. Let's go, dude. Gary Poole. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much, man. It's a new face and a familiar place at the CornerCade. Thank you so much, man, for tuning in and stopping by. Pinball Junkies is in the house. Did they ever release the Street Fighter cabinets yet? No, not yet. I did find out some news and notes. So Will help me. Will H in the chat. October 1st was supposed to be the first payment came out. It was like $407, or not the first payment, but the second half payments, $407. And I got confirmation that that's not going to be coming out then, because the cabinet's supposed to be coming around Christmas. So maybe, fingers crossed, December 1st is when they take that second payment out. That would make sense. 2-3 weeks later, you get your cabinet. That would make sense to me. I would be all over that. So we'll just see. Okay, so PB&J, he's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe if you find like the games lineup, you'll be all in on that. Sir Sega says, no, I'm out. And Zero Redux, thank you, because this might wake at least Vic Vicious up. Zero Redux coming in hot, baby, with a $5 CornerCade Crew channel membership subscription. So there are some people who just gained, and Gary Poole, you just got here and you just got a membership. So you're in green, and you can check out all the behind the scenes that happen in the CornerCade, and you can use cool emojis and get a Let's Go badge. So let's go, dude. Thank you so much, man, as always, for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it, man. I don't think there's going to be a Revive cabinet coming out. That's just my 2 cents. I think they're just going to do the OG cab. That was kind of like our hunch when these first came out to begin with. It'd be cool, but I think that they're just going to be doing the OG cabinet for sure. Cammy, thank you so much, man, for being here. Let's go. Says, yeah, it's not worth to import for her. It's like 8 times the amount for all these cabinets. So it's got to be really something special to bring cabinets to Australia for sure. I got a couple people in the chat that are watching from overseas. That is like really cool. Like, I just throwing it out there, man. That's pretty cool. So I'm in on the Double Dragon cabinet. Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot. I wanted to start the show, and I totally forgot. So I'm looking at my assets down here, guys. My assets down here. The assets. Okay. And this right here, guys, I just want to give you guys a huge congratulatory. We got this show started off so just right in the mud. We were just going. You guys raised almost $600. I think it was more than that, because I pulled this with 48 minutes left, and the donate button on the charity stream, guys, was still active for like a day after. So people catching on the replay could still actually donate, which was awesome. Super cool. Huge shout out to you guys in the chat for making this a possibility, guys. I just want to do our part. Throw $50 to the children of St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And guys, we ended up almost raising $600. That's mind-blowing. That's literally like an arcade cabinet at the hospital. How cool would that be, right? How cool would that be? Well, the children obviously will be floored when they see donations like this. So I just wanted to give a huge shout out to you guys in the chat. So I pulled this up here. So damn cool. To put a smile on my face. We're playing Super Chat Sounders left and right. So I just wanted to throw that out there, guys. Totally forgot about that. As the show goes on, I tend to clear all my buttons down here and get everything organized, because I'm an organizational guy right here. John J, great job, Danny, and everyone else that contributed. Huge fun show. Like, it was just, there's sometimes you just got to give back, right? Like, it's just the right thing to do, So, and the cool thing how you set it up through YouTube is I don't have to do any work. It's YouTube right to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, or whatever donation fund charity event that you want to set up through YouTube. And they don't take anything out of anything. It's 100% of the donation goes right to that cause. So really, really cool stuff. B Kirby, Coming in hot. Now, B. Kirby, I sent you a text message. I don't know if you got it or not. Do you live around Aurora, Illinois? Because there's a guy selling a claw machine for $350. And I told you guys I was trying to get a claw machine, and this guy wants to get rid of his claw machine. So that's a chance to gain the claw. But if you're like an hour and a half out, don't even worry about it. No, yes, I'm just, flying by the seat of my pants. There's no super game room dudes tonight. So this is what we're doing. Having fun with you guys. Okay. Let's see here. Let's bring up, okay, real quick. Is anybody, so let me go back to where's the poll question? All right, we got almost 83% of people with 66 votes. They are out of WrestleFest. So let me just ask real quick, guys. Real quick. Why are you not pre-ordering WrestleFest? Am I the only one that's gonna get this cabinet? I can't be the only one, right? Like, let me know why your explanation is to your voting. Let me see. Is anybody gonna get, so I guess we talked about, what did we talk about? We talked about Iconic Arcade. Now we're going to scroll into basic fun here, okay? Yes, new poll. We'll slap that on there, Fourth Horseman, I promise here. Let's, because that's an overwhelmingly majority of people not getting this cabinet. So why? I'm curious. It's not because I'm doing market research for basic fun. I'm curious here. Will H, I know he said, Will H says, I'm getting WrestleFest and Double Dragon. So he's going to get both of them. Retro Lab Rat says he just hates wrestling games, which would make sense. Jim the Pacers fan, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Not my genre. And again, you guys can actually be picky with this, okay? Be picky with this because per my sources here, let me scroll up here. I know Neo Hyper 64 is talking directly to Basic Fun. So I'm going to give you guys a little tidbit here. And it says here real quick, and I don't need to show this on screen. It's just part of the Reddit article. You guys can go check it out. I put all the links in the description of this video. Just says, and for the rest of us not in wrestling games, like much of you guys were kind of saying here, don't worry. Because future Supreme Series products, I was told by a senior executive at Basic Fun, will have a full lineup of Supreme cabinets coming in 2026 across all titles. And we kind of reported, I'm thinking 3 to 4 XL cabinets or Supreme style cabinets a year. Which would be awesome, right? I mean, think about it, guys. Before you knew it, the days of just hoping that Arcade 1-Up was going to release an XL, and then they come out with a Midway Golden, and you're like, I waited all year for this, and you're like, okay, I guess I'll get it, and then like, okay, maybe if one goes on sale for $200, I'll get it and mod it to like a Turtles or something. Like, nobody wants to do that, right? Like, modding is fun, but it's also expensive. And so like the days of us just waiting on a company that just does the exact opposite of what we say is actually quite crazy. And guys, I know you're a little worried, but in Basic Fun, you need to trust, okay? Per sources, Basic Fun was wondering why Arcade 1-Up doesn't listen to the fans. You heard it here first, guys. Basic Fun is wondering why Arcade 1-Up never listened to the fans. Now, that just could be coach speak. Who knows? But maybe they're taking that type of criticism and critique and congratulatory statements from you guys, the most hardcorest of hardcore in the home arcade community, and taking that to the next degree, right? Who knows? I still don't understand why Arcade 1-Up didn't listen to the fans. I'll never understand it. Listen, this is not a statement of you listen to the fans, you end up in the stands like they say that in sports. No. We knew it all along. And you don't want to listen? Okay, good luck, Chuck. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So this is, when I heard that though, when I heard that statement, I was like, oh, let's fucking go, baby. Like, I was excited because you might have a company that gets it, right? You might, who knows, right? Who knows? All right, let's see here. Let's go to this guy. Scroll up here. This is the creme de la creme, okay? So for you Supreme fans, when I got this picture sent across my desk, I was like, oh my God, yes. Like, this is what we're talking about. Okay, so this is the whole cabinet, right? This is the whole cabinet. You see the Ultra on the side here, and you see the little CornerCade, and look at it. They even put the little mini guy right here. You see that? They got the whole lineup here in the building. Okay, so let's take a look here. The Ultra is cool. Would have been a day one buy, obviously, if I was still doing that deluxe ultra size. I would have blacked out the front, added a coin door, and probably called it a day. Maybe put some new buttons in there, obviously some ILs, and then just roll with it, right? It would have been a fantastic cabinet. Still is, right? Still is. So let's take a look at here. Let's take a look at the top here. Let's take a look at the WrestleFest marquee. So this obviously looks fantastic. The blacks look deep. You got the Technos on there. I know Vic Vicious was wondering, why don't we see, the Taito logo and stuff? Well, you got the Technos logo right there, just like the real arcade. I love, guys, the fact that they went to black trim over the red. Huge. I know, something so stupid, right? So stupid. It looks so much better. So much better, man. That was one of my nitpicks when, we were kind of breaking this down before, when we first saw the renders of this thing. So awesome stuff there. Now, you see the differences twofold here. So you see no speaker grill covers. Not the end of the world, but you see speaker grill covers here, right? So that's one of the extra features that you're going to get on these Ultra, or these Supreme cabinets, I should say. Now, one question that I had, guys, where are the screw holes here? There should be like screw holes here, right? Not that I'm like thinking about anything, but maybe this is held together like G.I. Joe's cabinets with those cam bolt locks from the inside, and they don't have to, I don't know, chat, what do you think? Because I know there's screw holes here and here, but that wouldn't hold. Do you think there'd be something here, right? You can see my cursor, right? When I'm doing that, I think you can see it, right? So that was kind of interesting to me. I'm like, doesn't wreck the side art. There's no bubbles sticking out. I actually like this way better. It looks way more premium because you see down here, I mean, you can see the line, the seam line right here. So this looks awesome. Like, you don't see, again, maybe this is just like a render or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there, chat. Let me know. But that's one of the features here. You get these, speaker grill covers. I really hope that they tighten these seams up, because these look like brown and they should be, painted black or something. And then they're all showing. Both of these are showing. So maybe these are just rough prototypes or something. Who knows? You're going to get your 19-inch screen. So that is an upgrade over the Ultra 17-inch. You're going to get your 19-inch screen right there. And again, these are maybe kind of like, pictures, because if you look over here, these joysticks are cut off. So it's like they took the picture and just overlaid it on the joystick. So who knows if these are like the official, maybe they just did that for the screen, right? So you can kind of see the screen. But if you see there, that's something I noticed. It looks weird. The bat tops are cut off. And speaking of bat tops, guys, these bat tops look huge. Let me try to get a little bit. There you go. Sorry. Zooming in and zooming out, probably killing your eyesight here. But these bat tops, these joysticks look huge. Which begs the question, can I just swap these in for some ILs or HAPs or something? That would be awesome. Awesome stuff. Look at the play guard surface on here. You can see the screws are recessed, so at least we got that. It would have been nice for them to include screw cap covers, because you can kind of see the exposed wood in the screws right there. You get all your buttons. These are going to be exactly Arcade 1-Up quality buttons, so it'll be nice, I guess, to swap those in. Future plans for this guy, I'm going to get the Supreme WrestleFest, or the Supreme WrestleFest. I'll get that. That's gonna be one I can't say no to. So we'll get that one, and then I'm probably gonna make the red and the blue right in the player 2 and player 3 slots there, because I'm gonna make this into a 2-player control deck. So hopefully Greg over at 99 Lives can help me out with that. But this is going to be the same build as like an Arcade 1-Up, Shack Jam, right? The difference is this panel is going to be slanted, which is awesome. So hopefully Greg can get the artwork right on that, because I want the exact artwork that they have. That'll be cool. And then the bottom half, here you go, kind of zoomed in. Here we go, the Arcade Classics. That's what this says right here, Arcade Classics on the front there. Coin doors is going to be the exact same as an Arcade 1-Up. 100%. I want to be able to, hopefully they have a USB port on here so we can light these buttons up. But this whole kick plate out vinyl black. So there's going to be some modding to do with this. But yeah, do you think I should do the kick plate black? I mean, that's kind of like just more arcade accurate. Chat, what do you think? Should I do that? Should I just leave it? Let me know down below. I'll get you guys' comments here. I'm falling a little bit behind in the chat just because I'm going over some questions. Your Redux looks like it looks good. He says it looks good. I like it. This is cool, man. This is really dope. I never thought in my wildest imaginations of owning all these Arcade 1-Up products I would ever own a WrestleFest, let alone a WrestleFest XL Supreme, big size. And And I know that this game is altered a little bit. No Legion of Doom, no Sergeant Slaughter. P-Dubs confirmed that. So that's a little bit of a bummer. If I'm basic fun, I would have substituted those for like the Heart Foundation and throw the Undertaker in there or something. That would have been cool. Maybe give us IRS, Coco Beware, like a couple extra characters, right? But then I feel like you're modding the game too much where people are gonna be like, that's not how it was. But dude, that'd be badass, right? Like, come on, like more wrestlers, more better, right? So it is what it is. Like, there's no Legion of Doom, there's no Slaughter. I'm still gonna get it because this is one that I just don't want to pass up on, right? Fourth Horseman says, from history, their build quality, I would assume, is dog poop, though. I really hope that y'all can get your hands on one and put it together. Yes, Fourth Horseman, we are totally going to do that. We're going to do an unboxing. We're going to do a live unboxing and build. I've already let Mrs. CornerCade know. She'll be in the house helping. We're going to do a breakdown of these cabinets. I'll let you know my initial thoughts, feedbacks, reactions, all the good stuff, the bad stuff, too. And then we'll do, of course, a full review video on it as well to kind of break that down for any people that, don't catch the live unboxing or, want to see things more in a 4K light because we can only do 1080p when you're live streaming. But that'll be cool regardless to bring this content to you guys. It's going to be right behind me until I can get that 2-player deck in. Then we're going to slot it in here with the rest of the guys, with Alpha 2 and everything else that comes in. So, yeah. Galeport's Raceway, thank you so much, man, for coming on by. He is hyped and ready to go. Let's do it. Robot Ron in the house, CornerCade Crew channel member. If they had a 2-player WrestleFest bar top, I'd probably get that one. Not really interested in any of these options, especially with it missing characters. And that's, that's okay. Like, there's not a wrong or right answer here. It seems like a lot of people are kind of out on WrestleFest. I just want like new and exciting titles in the arcade. You guys know we've sold like 15, 16, 18 cabinets, guys. So it's like, it's time to bring stuff back in, right? It's time to bring it back in. It's time to have some fun. If this cabinet gets no gameplay, God forbid, if something came out like a Sega Star Wars trilogy or something, and I got to make room and whatever happens, right? But the cool thing is with these XL sizes, this is like permanent. Like I have my Pac-Man cab, Pac-Man XL, that is permanent. That's like done. We don't need another Pac-Man. I got my Killer Instinct XL, the Pro Series from Arcade 1UP. That is final. There's no need to do anything else with that, right? You can model these cabinets, but this is finally, there's no upgrading, and it's like so refreshing to concentrate on titles now instead of upgrading. Well, the new Mortal Kombat came out, so yeah, I guess it looks better. I'll get that one. How many times have we purchased NBA Jam? We kept upgrading and getting the next latest and greatest. I can only imagine with you guys how many times you buy a Street Fighter, how many times you buy a Mortal Kombat, right? So, yeah. All right, I just accidentally clicked all the way down. So let's see what Mike Hawker says here. It says, whichever retailer paid WrestleFest is probably not aware that 25% of the roster they paid for is not in the game. All advanced marketing with illegally had all 12 wrestlers. Let me ask you this, guys. So let me bring up one of Paul Multicade Mindeman's articles here. I want to show you guys something, which was pretty cool when I saw this on Reddit. Let's see if we can head over to the right one. All right, I think this is the right one. This is a picture that caught my eye. Okay, let's go up top here. I love that he put the two kind of similarity cabinets together, right? And I can't zoom in any closer. This is as close as we're going to get. But you see, this is more like I don't know what they were doing here. They needed to fine tune this. So like the marquee is huge. We already know that. No speaker grill covers. This is flat. It's not angled. No coin door, right? Obviously not the right side art. Here, this is like a smaller marquee. This is more accurate footprint. Angled control panel. So if you guys wanted to mod this, it's just a much better modding possibility cabinet that you can do and put your favorite games in, right? Like this would be the creme de la creme. This would be the one to mod, like in my opinion, right? It's just a better midway style form factor cabinet of the Supreme series. So, and then here's a picture of like the real, WrestleFest. And I know I had the red trim. Oh, this is WrestleFest. But I had the red trim on there, and yeah, so it's pretty darn close. I think they did a great job on this. Honestly, yeah, it's missing some stuff. Listen, we've had this discussion previously in the CornerCade, right? We've had this discussion. We've admitted, this was a couple years ago. I said, look, if they can get 80% of a game, I'd rather have more new, exciting games than not have anything at all, right? And I know this is a big kind of sticking point to some people. People could be saying, look, no, I don't agree with that. And that's perfectly fine. I want to have, the game as accurate as possible. I'm not going to buy it. And that's totally, this is your money, your decision. But I think just enjoying, like, listen, here. Do you think my 3 and 5-year-old and possibly here my wife are going to give a shit if LOD is not in the game? Listen, I share this hobby coming from me. I share this hobby with my family, and my kids are going to have an absolute blast playing that Royal Rumble. I just know it. They're going to go crazy. I don't think they're going to miss Jake the Snake. No, not Jake the Snake. Who's not in the game? It was Sergeant Slaughter and LOD. I don't think they're going to care. Now, for me, yeah, it's like, oh man, that kind of sucks, right? It's the boss. You're probably going to have, a different tag team in there. Demolition, for example, is the final boss, right? And it's like, oh man, that kind of stinks. But like, it's at the end of the day, it's about the family. It's about everybody getting together, having fun. And I think that's like the biggest thing about this. So I always said, look, if they could do 80% of Hydro Thunder stand up supreme all day long, let's make it happen. Let's rock and roll. Let's fucking go. And like, to Vic Vicious's point, he's like, look, I'll get this cabinet. I'm going to put a pie in there, and I'm going to put the original WrestleFest in there. And that's something you could certainly do. Like, some people don't like to do that. So I can totally get it. You're already paying $600. You're not going to mod it, but I don't know. That's just like my free flowing thoughts on a live stream show, right? Like, chat, what do you think? What do you guys think? I'm going to go up and down here. See where we're at. Looks like Screwdriver. So we were talking about the build of WrestleFest here. Let's go back up at top here. Yeah, so because we were talking about the screw holes on the side there. So yeah. Super Fab says the WrestleFest lettering on the dashboard looks good. It's missing the 2-player, I think. I think there's a lot of there's a lot more. I feel personally, and it's funny how wide range the poll was of 83% of people not getting this. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's really cool, and I think they did a pretty good job recreating this. And this is an exciting time, guys. And this is just, like I said, this is just the start. B Kirby says he'll grab the Supreme and the little countercade for his office. That's really cool. That's awesome. The little countercade is great. Big Vicious says the kick plate does look good. Okay, that's cool. Nazza Blue says hopefully you can swap and add the original ramen. That's what people were already kind of talking about doing for sure. What's up, Fred Burner? Thank you so much, man, for being here. Let's go, man. Super Habit says Demolition Axe would have been an easy replacement. Same sprites as Smash and Crush. Change the face. Give him Slaughter's moveset. See, they could have done a lot of that stuff, but who knows? Like who knows? You just don't know the technicalities of what's allowed, what's not allowed. Who's actually doing all of the touch-up work for this, because they're already going to be messing around with this by removing the World Wrestling Federation logos and nameplates on the mat and everything, the ring and everything like that. So they're going to replace it with World Wrestling Entertainment, and the WWE logo is on there. It's going to be, the WWE logo is going to be on the mat as well. I guess I'm a big wrestling fan, so I guess this is just a name staple. Remember, we were going to do, me and Ezekiel were going to do the WrestleMania cabinet, and it just kind of fell through the cracks with all this XL news coming, and maybe we do a WrestleMania XL in the future, right? This is a possibility. This would be the template for that. So there's a lot of cool and exciting stuff, regardless if you love modding, if you don't. If you want to pass on that, guys, there's going to be cabinets up the wazoo in 2026 and beyond. So this isn't like, oh my god, this is the last tier, this is all it's gonna, no, there's so much more that's gonna happen. So it's okay, you don't have to buy them all, right? Sir Sega says, Danny, if you need a flat black kick plate, go to your Home Depot, buy a dry erase board. It's gloss white, and one side will fit on the other side. Interesting, but hold on a second. So but it's white then, unless do you rotate it? Is it black on the other side? So Sega, let me know. That's very interesting. Please let me know, because that would be cool. Let me know for sure. Cammy says, oh, interesting. The Australia importer who handles RK1UP has WrestleFest listed here. Yes, it's already for pre-sale by you, Cammy, and in the UK. So UK, Australia already have this ready to go for pre-order. I'm sure the States, we've confirmed that it's going to happen in about 2 weeks. So that'll be super cool. So about 2 weeks you can start pre-ordering this. That's like for the Ultra, the CornerCade series, I would assume. The Supreme is going to be a little bit different, guys. Like, you're just going to have to refresh Costco and Sam's Club. I would assume this is going to be at Costco, but you're going to have to refresh Costco, Sam's Club to see when this is coming. And the millisecond that somebody lets me know this is coming, I'm going to go ahead and pre-order that. So just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. We got to know for sure. Fourth Horseman, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Prayers to you and your family as well as you exit and hit that flight. Let's go, man. Speaking of which, we got to scroll all the way here. I'm going to bring this up because we're about to get loud and proud. Let's go, baby. Oh, let's go. Zero Redux is back. $10 super chat in the house. We hit you with some sad stories early on. Hurt your corner kid entry. So here's the second Arnold Palmer. Let's go, baby. He did it. Zero, you did it. I fucking love you, man. You're so funny. Get hyped. Get out the way. Guys, you did. I mean, I got to go all the way here because, Jesus, man, you got me for overtime.
Let's go, get hyped, the cornercade is back. Stage lights flash like a boss fight crack. Classic to deluxe, every cab on the rack. Let's go, get hyped, the cornercade is back. One more life, we'll take that stab. Let's go, get hyped, the cornercade is back. Let's go, get hyped, the cornercade is back.
Man, James Hates Everything and AI is just, it just made me, it's such a funny, great song. I could probably listen to that for a while, much like I can listen to this. B Kirby in the building, gifting 10 CornerCade Crew channel memberships, guys. And as I scroll over there, the confetti is flying because we have hit our goal tonight. You guys are awesome. So fun. It's the little things, right? Well, Dre got a membership. Eric, Gramps Arcade, Israel Gaming, B Kirby, you gifted yourself a membership. Let's go, baby. Sony 4K and the whole crew is in the house. The ones at least that I know, the name staples that come to mind. Thank you so much, B Kirby, for supporting the channel, guys. You guys rock. Zero Redux. You hit it on the head. We had to raise this energy just a little bit, just a little bit higher. Thank you guys so much, man. Unlocking the overtime. Oh man, that's insane. All right, guys, let's see. Cammy says, we're only getting a smaller 2-player version in Australia. So, because you guys have Costco's there, right? Because there's Costco's in UK. So you're not getting the Supreme. Is the Supreme something you want? Is it more Ultra you're looking for? Because I know you love your pinballs. You know, so what are you kind of leaning towards? Because, you know, obviously for us, it's all about XL going forward. Let's see here. Yes, Nazapalooza. So that's for the games. So if we go back to here, let's go up. You can see there the buttons. Let's take a look. So there's 3 buttons, 2 and 2. So that's going to be for the game. So much like here, the 3 buttons. So for the other games, you probably need those 3 buttons, and they're only going to be 2-player games. So I don't know what, you know, because I haven't played the rest of the games on this cabinet. Only really touched WrestleFest a handful of times. So that's how it's going to be configured. So for the other games that you'll be playing, you'll probably need that 3rd button. Mike Hawkert says, an AI found notes that The Undertaker was part of the original Techno Source material in 1991, but got cut from the game, was returning from Road to WrestleMania mode and revamped Basic Fun Edition. I thought it would be really, really cool if we could get The Undertaker in there. I mean, there's so many iconic wrestlers from that era. If you look up, what's it, 1991, the roster? Yeah. If you look up that roster, there's literally, I named out 50, Dusty Rhodes. I named out 15 wrestlers. You know, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Coco Beware, you name it. I mean, there's just IRS, Undertaker. It goes on and on. The Bushwhackers. There's like, you could put like 20 guys in there. That's how it should have been, right? Like, oh man. But this is really cool. Really cool regardless. I'm excited. I'm excited about this. So, okay. So Sir saying up the follow-up to that. Yes. Flat black, the other side, the same thickness. But then why would I need to do that? I would just use the original kick plate and vinyl it black. Right? So like, if it came black, like if Home Depot for $12 sold that exact size and it was black, 100%, I would just slide that in, drill what I needed to for the coin doors, and be done with it, right? But then I would need a template, unless I can keep the other one. I'd probably keep the other one, and then I could use that as my template. But yeah, it's just so easy just vinyling it, and then we just cut it out with an X-Acto knife, cut the holes out with the X-Acto knife. We've done it so many times, and it's just like, I don't know. Is that something? Devastator Omega, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Super chat me, bro. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's just, if you want to support the channel, you're more than welcome to. Kato is in the house, dude. So I can basically mod a 4-player arcade 1-up and have WrestleFest play and in as intended with the changes being made since the comp is no longer WWF. Yeah, you can do that. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to mod it into a 2-player. No 4-player cabinets up in here, okay? Because if you take, the 6 inches on each side is 12 inches, guys. I mean, our home arcades are only so big. You got to be. We've gone down this course before. We did this with NFL Blitz and The Simpsons and X-Men. We've done this a lot. I'm really excited to see what Greg from 99 Lives can do with this control panel. So hopefully that will all work. Okay, so Cammy prefers the extra large size. That's kind of like the growing just trend, guys. That's what I think we got to let Basic Fun know that, look, guys, the Supreme should be your main course meal. You can have Counter Series. You can have the $30 Walgreens arcade series with the plastic little thingy. And the Ultra is cool. Every single cabinet needs to be a Supreme. The Ultra, you can just kind of pick and choose, right? No Slim Katie's. No Slim Katie's. We saw that Turtles box that it said Slim Edition. There's zero need for a slim edition. Zero need. Yeah, no player 1 and player 4 are 2-button. Yeah, so if you go back and look at here, see player 1, the red, that's 2-button, and player 4, I feel like I have to zoom in here. So I can show you guys. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second, chat. Let me bring this down real quick. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do a little. I clicked on share image. We're not trying to share an image. This is where a producer would come in. It'd be fantastic, right? Can you imagine someone producing the show? And I can just sit here and talk. Look at this. Okay, so this guy is right here. This worked, right? Everybody can see that? Beautiful. So the first player, 2-button. Yep, 2-button. That's the coin in. Yeah, see these? I don't know why the coin is so up here, but the coin is down here, up there. So 2 buttons right here. So when you go to mod this, like for example, what we're going to do is we're going to use the red and the blue. We're going to get rid of the Packers colors. I don't want to do no yellow, green, and gold up in here. This is bear down country right in here. So we're going to take inspiration from here, and we're just going to do this. So we're going to do this and bring it on over here. So when I go to place an order, I'll buy 3 red buttons, 3 IL red buttons, cherry switches, 3 blue IL buttons, cherry switches, and I want to see, guys, this is the biggest question I have on this cabinet. Biggest question I have. These joysticks, why am I up here? There we go. These joysticks look very, very interesting. They look really big for some reason. So I don't know what's going on with that, but once I get the control panel, I'll be like, I'll know right away. Yep, this is good, or nope, you should swap it out. And the cool thing would be is cracking it open and then kind of seeing what the possibilities are for swapping out for like Industrial Lorenzo or Hap 6. So I'm telling you, once you play your KI Pro with those sticks, even though they're missing inputs and stuff, it's still just a better overall experience than playing with the little, arcade 1-up little joysticks that they got going on. So it's just a new time. Once you go big, you can't go back, right? You go 85-inch TV, you can't go to a 55-inch TV, right? So Cammy says, we don't have Costco in Tasmania, so I can only order through Australian importer website. Ooh, that's okay, that might be costly, but if you have something that you want, you got to make it happen, right? Fireside Island HD says, to the best of my knowledge, WrestleFest, Superstars, and Super Dodgeball are all 2-player games. The fact that they added a 3rd button for one of those 2 of the dog doo-doo games is mind-blowing. Yeah, but you have to, right? Like, you can't just put a game on there and not being able to play it, accurately. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. It would have been better to find, like, 2-player, 2-button, games, like, wrestling games, right? I don't know the list of the comprised list, but it would have been better to just put wrestling games on there, right? Like, I've heard Matt Mania thrown out there, right? Like, I don't know. So any games that could be put on there, you do it. It kind of sucks that we lost the game. But yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah, you could do that too, Sir Sega. You could drill and do all that stuff. I mean, people are very talented in this community. No, Israel, what did you say? So did you see my comment about the basic fun turtle scab? No, shoot it again. Shoot it again. Okay, so that's WrestleFest in a nutshell, guys. It's pretty much covering the whole entirety of what WrestleFest is. For those of you that want to know maybe some information on it, so what I could do is we can leave this picture up here, and I'll just kind of read you so you guys get a visual of what I'm talking about. I'll just read you quick. Again, Neil Hyber's article. We're not going to read the whole thing, but you guys know kind of what's going on. This is going to be approximately 67 inches high. Now, I'm still trying to get the depth and the width of this, but I would assume, guys, that this is literally the Shack Jam, just improved how it should have been, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know how deep the Shack Jam was, 28 inches or whatever, but this is going to be 67 inches high. We already know it's going to be a 19-inch BOE screen. So the BOE branding has been reported by an independent source. Interesting. So, and obviously that's 2 inches bigger than the Ultra. So it's going to have a BOE monitor for you guys in the chat that had any concerns about maybe bad viewing angles or anything. But it'll be a 19-inch BOE monitor. Prices to be determined around $600 is what we're thinking. It's going to be a club store exclusive. Costco is the one that's rumored to take this. Like I said, it's got Costco written all over it, and but it's unconfirmed. And like Sam's Club would take, like maybe the Return of the Jedi Supreme, right? Sam's Club, or we'll see what happens. Really, we'll see where this goes from here. But something really cool to check out. So thought I'd share that with you guys. Let's move off, guys, of WrestleFest. Let's take this down, and let's go to their second cabinet. Let's try to clear some way here. Let's clear out some tabs here. Let's go to their second cabinet, and this thing is pretty cool. So we covered this in a previous video. If you guys haven't already, go check it out. Breaking some news here. So let's scroll over here to Return of the Jedi, guys. This thing looks pretty damn cool. Now, this is the Ultra version. I have yet to get my hands on the Supreme version. Now, you guys know we sold our Star Wars. I don't have a Star Wars currently in the arcade, but I'm looking to possibly grow and obviously grow in the arcade, but we want to get new and exciting games. And we're going to bring this one back. Now, this one looks very tricky. It literally looks like this thing has a 19-inch monitor in there. It looks huge. So here's what we got going on, guys. Let's start. Now, this is the Ultra version. This one will, and you guys know, as we covered this before, that WrestleFest and the WrestleFest Ultra, and there's so many things going on. WrestleFest Ultra and the Supreme Ultra will both be available for pre-order in about 2 weeks. Now, with that being said, this cabinet had to get tweaked a little bit. This will be available a month after that. So look at pre-orders becoming live in end of October, early November, sometime there. They'll still arrive at the same time of holiday season, which I don't know why that's delayed, but it is what it is. So this is pretty cool. I mean, it looks great, right? It looks great. So, just starting at the top is do I have any fans that are interested in this? Let me know in the chat. But I mean, that marquee looks awesome. It just looks so cool. Like, I know the form factor isn't what it needs to be, but this is probably the best that they could get, doing all this stuff. It's a hard form factor to kind of, emulate and replicate here. So, this looks pretty cool. So what do you think? What do you think? And there's no speaker grill covers, right? So you're not going to get that because it's the Ultra version. Now, again, these lines, you can see like the brown wood showing through. I really hope that these angles are tightened up on the final product that you get in your home. Otherwise, you'll have to paint those black to kind of blend in, which is a pain in the tail. Basic Fun logo right here. This screen looks like it's, 19 inches, but this is a 17-inch, and it looks like confirmed BOE screen. Side art looks great. There's really no complaints with this. This looks cool. Right now, would the original Star Wars be better? Of course, right? Now, there are some things that if I was still getting this, right, for you Ultra fans out there, the Deluxe, still hanging on the Deluxe, there's a couple things I would do, right? Now, this control panel looks great. This yoke is supposed to be improved over the Arcade 1-Ups one. That will be yet to determine. Once I get my hands on this, I'll let you know immediately. The same feel. I still know what it feels like to grab the plastic sticks and move the yoke. So I'll let you guys know if this is on par or it feels better than the Arcade 1-Up version one. But they got this, all the control deck art all right. Now, I will say this right here where the instructions are. This is supposed to be on the bezel right here. So I don't know why they didn't put that on the bezel. It's just weird having it right here, but at least they put it on, right? And this obviously needs to be blacked out and put a coin door on. That would make it look so much better. Oh my God. You guys don't understand. When you put a molded coin door on that, it literally takes it from this to that and to the other. It's totally better. And then obviously you'll cover up that basic fun logo too. That's an odd thing to have 1, 2, 3 basic fun logos there. You got a basic fun logo here. That's 4 basic fun logos. That's a lot, that's a lot, but at least it's not in the marquee. So that's at least something nice. But yeah, so this is the ultra version. Anybody have plans to get this right out of the jump? Anybody going to get this right out of the gate? Let me know. Neo Hyper also did an article on this as well. That's posted in the chat. The same confirmed games list is going to be Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, the same games we got from the Arcade 1-Up one. This is literally the exact same, just with a retooled yoke, and a new cabinet design. So there's that. It's pretty much going to be the same. This is exciting. This is one I really want to get my hands on the Supreme picture of this, and I will post it the middle second I get it. And yeah, the next question, I've heard this question before, Mike Conquerors. Why no Atari logo on the licensed yoke? I don't know. Again, this is like a licensing thing, but the Atari logo should be right there. I was telling James hates everything in Discord. I said, look, you can just put a sticker on it. And he was like complaining, you shouldn't have to put a sticker. James, he hates everything, right? It's so funny. It's like, you shouldn't have to put a sticker on it. I totally get that. But you get a matte sticker, you get a nice matte sticker, matte finish sticker, put it on there. To me, it's not the end of the world. Like those types of like minor things, truly to me, it's like, it's not the end of the world, guys. Like it's just, it is what it is. I think you can oversee that, just that's just me though. It's little things that I can live without. It's not going to be anything that's like crazy. So yeah, I just don't know why. It's probably a licensing thing, right? Like that's my best guess assumption. We can ask, I can reach out to Basic Fun and see, we can get some of those answers for you guys. But once we see the Supreme version of this, because it'll have the coin door on there, oh man, this is gonna be so cool. This is gonna be really cool, and you could easily mod like the instructions on the the bezel there, so you can put those instructions right here. Like that's easy mods that we can do. That's not something that's crazy, right? And Kato says here, I agree, the instructions need to be on the bezel, and the logo needs to be replaced with a coin door. But the cabinet's pretty cool though. Remember, they're a little bit different, at least for this first run, guys. No coin doors, no speaker gold covers. You got to get the Supreme version for that, which I don't understand, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Those are both simple, easy mods that you can do for yourself. Yeah, so PB&J wants to see the Jedi Supreme too. Yeah, this is one too that I will be getting. So I will be getting Return of the Jedi. I will be getting, Supreme. I will be getting WrestleFest Supreme, and hopefully they will do a full Centipede Supreme, which I'd be on board for too. Maybe we won't see that mismatched cabinet like you guys thought we were going to see with, Asteroids and Centipede. That might just be a prototype, and that might not be something that comes to fruition. We still have to wait and see on that one. That's still waiting. We'll see. There's going to be something amiss. There's going to be something going on there for sure. We just don't know what's going on exactly at this moment. So, yeah, Mike Conquer's a TMNT Supreme would be phenomenal. That's going to be 2026. So look at Q2 2026. Supreme Turtles will be coming. I'll get that as well. Jeez, guys, you better save your money, man. We got cabinets coming up the wazoo. This is going to be really, really cool. You're talking, guys, just throwing this out there, guys. You're talking Double Dragon, Alpha 2, Street Fighter. You're talking about TMNT, Star Wars, Centipede, Claw Machine. I mean, good God, when does it end? WrestleFest. My God, look at this. This is why we did the purge, right? Like, good God almighty, this is coming in hot, baby. Let's go. Working on a Centipede Supreme. B Kirby, cross your fingers. Let me know what you could do on that front. Let's go, dude. But yeah, so let's see here. Let's take a little in chat. Let's do a poll here. Let me float over to to the chat box here. Let's start a poll, guys. So we talked about WrestleFest. You guys were out of WrestleFest. Are you going to pre-order Return of the Jedi? Oh, here. Now this is either or. This is Supreme or Ultra. Are you just going to get this cabinet? Doesn't matter the size. Are you going to get the cabinet? That's all we're working on. So I put the poll up in the chat. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you think. And we can kind of gauge some interest here. Not a lot of interest for WrestleFest. Not a lot of interest for WrestleFest. Kind of interesting, but it is what it is. So let's see here. Got 16 votes in already. Let's go. And it's trailing towards the no right out of the gate. We'll let that sizzle for a second. We'll let that marinate. We'll let that cook, you know, and then we'll see we'll revisit that poll. Interesting. I mean, Return of the Jedi is looking cool, man. Can you imagine? Like, both of these cabinets have a lot of modding potential. We talk about modding, like, you know, if we go back to here, this cabinet, guys, I mean, doesn't that scream anything stand up 80s, like Spy Hunter, like, you know, like you know, Tron? Like, you could really mod this to something cool, you know, to something that you really, really want. So it does look a little different, but I'm going to take it. You know, I'm going to take it because, you know, we don't have an XL Star Wars, and I don't think we're ever going to get one. This is our first and last ride here for that. Yeah, Zero, we'll see about that. Centipede Supreme, day one buy. Same here for me. It's great. Yeah, Mike, we've been getting burned from Arcade One Up for years about pre-ordering. He says, if you're like me, been around the community since 2018, common sense tells you to never pre-order. But this is a new company, so I'm going to give them a new chance. If they burn me, just like Fret Burner, no, I'm just kidding. If they burn me here, then fool me twice, shame on me, kind of thing. Then I won't pre-order, and I'll just wait till it comes. But cool thing is, like, you know, these are gonna be Costco's, so I'm not really needing to pre-order. Really, I'm just gonna go to Costco and buy it. So that's the difference, at least for the Supreme guys. You know, the Ultra, you'll have to. It should be 61 inches. Theme Park 365 should be 61 inches. Should be the height here. These are gonna be on par with the standard deluxe Arcade One Up cabinets that you have. So you may or may not have to get an inline Joel riser, you know, for these. So I will say that companies are actively pursuing Sega. So Sega is going to be in good hands with a lot of these companies. Just hold on to your butts, because that's all I'm going to say. This is, I told you, 2026, man, it's going to be exciting. Thanks, buddy. I've gotten burned. Dude, I got burned so much from Arcade One Up from pre-ordering. MVC2, the deluxe version of Golden Tee I got burned on. I got burned on X-Men 97. It was a complete disaster. Blitz was another one, too. I pre-ordered mine. I had people walking in and buying it. I'm like, what? like what? Like, so that's when I was like, Arcade One Up, I'm done. I pre-ordered 4 cabs. You had 4 chances. 4 chances too many in my book. But this is a new company, so it might be a little bit different. Who knows, right? Who knows? It's all in the distribution part of things. All right, so Return of the Jedi. Let's see where the poll is. Let's go over here. Overwhelming 72% no. And so far, 25 votes. We got to get that up a little bit. We got 60 people in the house, guys. Let's get that votes in. Mike Cochran says, if Costco really turned out a Star Wars XL, why is Jedi suddenly better quality, right? Great question. I don't think Costco's going to have this cabinet. That's just my 2 cents. I think this one's going to go to Sam's Club. So we talked right here. I think this one's going to go to Sam's Club. Just my best guess. I think WrestleFest going to Costco. It would be funny as all hell if Star Wars, you know, Return of the Jedi ended up in Costco. It really would put Arcade One Up to shame. Because, like I told, you know, that would be the final nail in the coffin. If they don't have any negotiation skills over there. Because what we were hearing is they didn't want the bad graphics. They wanted to go with Golden Tee Midway instead, and that's what they rolled with. Endangered Dog, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Yep, you are here. Let's go, man. Let's go. So that's Return of the Jedi in a gist. I mean, right now we have 73% of people saying no, they're not going to get this. So what are you guys waiting for? Is it Centipede? Is it Centipede Supreme? Is everybody going in on Centipede Supreme? Let me know. But guys, you're gonna have to let me know in, well, not next week, but in the post game show, because you guys seriously, with your support, has unlocked the second Arnold Palmer.
Let's go, get hyped, the cornercade is back. Stage lights flash like a boss fight crack. Classic to deluxe, every cab on the rack. Let's go, get hyped, the cornercade is back. One more life, we'll take that stand. Let's go, get hyped, the cornercade is back. Let's go, get hyped, the cornercade is back.
That's right, we're back, baby. Get a refill, get an Arnie Palmer. Guess what? C Marvel said he just tried Arnold Palmer for the first time and he loves it. He's gonna go to the store and buy a whole bunch of them. This drink is badass. I'm telling you, you guys, you're missing out. So, second Arnold Palmer, here we go, guys. This is overtime. This is your time. You guys earned this time. I was gonna leave a long time ago, but you guys have now unlocked the second Arnie Palmer. So, guys, I'm yours for the bidding. Whatever questions you want to ask me, whatever information you want to try to know, I'll do my best to answer anything that I know from behind the scenes of what I can divulge and what I can't divulge, and so on and so forth. So let's go, baby. Where are we at? Where are we at here? So absolutely Centipede. Centipede's going to be a banger. Those Arnold Palmers don't get you hyped enough. I feel like I got to be more chill, right? Like less hype maybe, because I got it. Should I be more like just chill to appeal to more the 50, 60-year-olds in the home arcade community? Let me know. But everybody's got to be themselves, all right. Fred Burner says, for me, it's getting an authentic looking cab, G.I. Joe putting up and putting PCs, quality art controls in them. Yeah, great way to go. I'm still going to bother. I'll say this: G.I. Joel texted me, and now this is just a rough kind of steps to the progress here, but he said, looks like Robotron will be second. I think we can all understand that. And then he said, Sega Star Wars Trilogy third, Off-Road 3. Now, I'd be all down for an off-road extra large cabinet. That's just me. That would be really cool. We need to get him to get the extra large going. Because it shows in the chat, guys. It shows in the chat. Now, I got to end the poll. Because overwhelming, nobody's going to be ordering Return of the Jedi. But we'll still do an unboxing of it. I'll still give you my thoughts and feedbacks. I'm going to add that one to the arcade, guys. Like, we missed. I know it didn't get a lot of gameplay before, but this is XL now. This is different. This is bigger screen, bigger form factor, just a better overall experience with these cabinets. And it shows, I play Killer Instinct more on my Killer Instinct Pro from Arcade 1-Up than I did on the 3/4 scale. These are just better. It's a better experience from these said games. And the cool thing about all this is I don't have to actually mod anything on the Supreme version of Return of the Jedi. There's not one thing that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to change that. There's nothing. So it's really nice. That's where I like to be. I don't want to pour money in a mod all the time. What is my favorite machine currently in the arcade, John J? I got a lot of cool ones. Darkstalkers is always fun to play. Playing those 3 games on there. Golden Axe, love it. The Killer Instinct Pro, though, it's probably Killer Instinct Pro and At Games Pinball are probably going to be up there. Now, I do float on Pac-Man XL a lot. I just love the bigger screen, the better form factor, guys. I'm telling you, if you have not played an XL cabinet, go to a friend's house, order one, find one. Trust me, it will make your deluxes look like toys. And it's just way better. It's a better overall experience. I do hop on any of the XL cabs. Midway Golden Tee, I'll hop on that. But yeah, that's a hard question. It's like picking between your kids, right? I do my favorite deluxe cabinet that I probably play the most is probably X-Men 97. Love Golden Axe. But the X-Men 97 cab that we modded into Children of the Atom, I love playing all those games. And I was talking to Zeke about this, and I was like, look, it'd be really cool if I got a World Warrior cab because it's got the yellow trim on there from my Iconic Arcade. And I was able to take the guts of the Arcade 1-Up and put it in there. Or you just get a new Pi and put all those, games on there. The Marvel superheroes, Marvel's Capcom 2, Marvel's Capcom, like Children of the Atom, like all those games, X-Men versus Street Fighter. and that'll be my Marvel cab, and I can reskin it whatever, you know, Marvel superheroes, whatever you want to do, right? I can reskin it to that. That would be fucking awesome, dude. It's a dynamo, it's the right form factor. So the modding like mind that I always have, like, dude, let's do this. The Frankenstein stuff that I love doing, like that was already kicking off, and it's like, all right, just slow down, because there's gonna be a lot of things like Tekken will come out, hopefully. Like there's gonna be a lot of cool things, and I'm like, okay, slow down. You know, slow down. Let's just see what the companies bring. And, you know, if at the end of the year, something they'll bring what you want, maybe you kind of turn into that. Because remember, like doing something like that, modding, like if, you know, if you had to take away from a cabinet, like think about it like this. When we did our Killer Instinct Deluxe mod, and we did the Shinku Hadouken, we formed them together. Well, I had to get rid of selling 2 cabinets. So that's a potential of $800 that I could have sold to just get the KI Pro, right? So, and then you got to buy graphics. You're looking at, you know, it's not cheap to do modding. It's a lot. So what do you mean, Vic? Damn, Danny, this late night shift feels like I'm in summer camp. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It's Friday night, baby. Wake up. Oh, Qbert. Okay, well, maybe you told me a little bit. Maybe you told me something different. So Qbert, Robotron, Sega Star Wars trilogy. You know, he's already done a off-road. He's done an off-road 3/4 scale that he has in his home arcade as Joel does. And, you know, he's just going to reproduce that essentially. Tack says it's a letdown not having 12 wrestlers in the game. They need a button. What you press, it's like putting money in. Yeah, that'd be cool. They had that on the Killer Instinct Pro. But yeah, it is a bummer not having the 12 guys, you know, but we'll see, you know. Yeah, Arcades Anonymous is live in somebody's living room. Yeah, they do that when they go on. I go on they set up all the cameras, and they just like are chilling and chatting in the living room for sure. They do that. That's there's the thing. It's really cool. Joel has all these cool cameras, and I'll catch it after the show for sure. Fred Burner says, I think I'm keeping 3/4 scale 1-player cabs, going XL only for 2 players. Thoughts? You could do either way, Fred. I know you kind of invested a lot. This is hard, you know, but this is the cool thing, guys. Basic Fun is going to come out with a lot of cool stuff. You know, would you miss out on Tekken, Double Dragon, or whatever Iconic's going to do? Maybe, because, you know, those cabs are going to make these other cabs look like, you know, very small. But Basic Fun is going to come out with cool stuff. Like, do we ever think we're going to get a Turtles Deluxe? There you go. You got your Turtles Deluxe. Like, you got your Centipede Deluxe. Like, there's going to be a lot of cool things. Now, Fred Burner, if memory serves me correct, you are a tall person. So I would think you'd want to get the Supremes. But he says, you know, I'm keeping my 3/4 scale because I know a lot of you put a lot of Joel Risers on there and put it like 7 inches higher, right? Says 1-player cabs, going XL for only 2-player game slots. You can do that. Like, right? Like an arcade is mixed and match and everything. I'm just going XL because that's just the route that I want to take. You know, right when I know John D was going to do everything XL, I said, dude, he's going to come out with cool stuff. And sure as shit, the first title comes out, Street Fighter Dynamo. I'm like, this looks awesome. So I was just like, for me, I just want to go all XL. Right? It's not like I'm some tall guy. I'm 6 foot, standard guy. But yeah, that's just the route I want to go. I think maybe for the overtime show, do we do music in the background? That'd be kind of cool, right? Should we do music in the background? I mean, we're gonna blare some music here. Let's do it. And just because I want to get Vic Vicious soundbar just blaring, let's do this. B Kirby, you're a mensch. All of you guys, you don't have to do this, dude. Like, but it goes to supporting the channel, right? Like, I can't say this enough. You guys are awesome. I try to get to everybody's comment throughout the show, so you don't feel like you need to have to super chat or anything like that. But memberships galore. Thank you so much, B Kirby. I mean, where are we at here? We got 10 CornerCade crew memberships handed out to Zero Redux, Calvin Wong, Skyhook, T Prez, Prince Vinny, Jesus, Thumper Squid, Tim York, Gee, that's like a crew right there. That's amazing. That's like the guy you gave them to everybody that tunes in. Holy moly. Pete Kirby, thank you so much. But we're not just gonna stop there at one, because we got another one coming in hot. And just because we're in overtime and I love you guys, I just want to hear this just one. Jason, the little alien, made it just in time. Thank you for stopping by. Overtime, let's go, baby. 10 CornerCade crew channel memberships given out. And Jason, you got Hayden Dew, you got Sky Black, 8-Bit Gaming Legend, JR, Pixelated Traveler, and those are the names that I recognize. Anybody else, you got to come on by to the live stream to get your shout out. Let's go, dude. Jason is here. He has arrived, and he came in hot. Jason, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. My moderators held up without you, without the captain of the ship. They did a great job tonight, so hats off to you guys. Let's go. Oh, that's great. If only I was there in person, I could see this. Rich Odello's in the house. Let's go, man. Thank you so much, man, for being here. You're gonna have to catch the majority of the replay if you want to talk anything about Basic Fun or Iconic Arcade. We kind of divulged tonight. This is all overtime, guys. This is whatever you want to talk about. We can end the show. I was thinking about doing. So I was talking in golf, and Dubs was doing the where you kick somebody when you super chat, right? So I'm thinking about getting a panel of like 4 of us on. And if you kick all of, let's say it's the $4.99 super chat and you're off for 5 minutes, right? Or whatever the case may be, right? I don't know the rules yet. But I think it'd be funny if we do the reverse of that and we set a goal for 5 super chats and then we just end the show. Like I don't even go live that night because we already hit the super chat goal. So I come on and say, so long, everybody, and I just end the show. I think that'd be kind of funny. Or we play where you have the 4 panels and you kick people off. And then if everybody gets kicked off, the show just ends. That would be funny too. Like, it's funny to switch things up. It was really funny, great, and proud to lay the smackdown with St. Jude's Children's Hospital. You guys gave away almost $600 to that. Let me see if I can find this because I cleared these things out. But kudos to you guys in the house, man. We were going over this in the show, and I knew people coming in here checking this out. I mean, this is I took the snippet. There was still like a day and a half left for you guys to donate who wanted to catch the replay and do so. So huge shout outs to you guys. It was probably over $600. Absolutely awesome from you guys, from the community to St. Jude's. I mean, this is what it's fun to just switch things up a little bit, right? To just switch things up and do something different. So let's go, baby. What did we do to Vic's house, guys? Danny, you suck my house. It sounds like a techno club. D'Angelo, with your super chats. Oh, dude, that would be dope. Yeah, that would be dope, man. Like, we could do a community show if you guys want to do that. Just let me know, like, in the comments, or hit me up on the Discord, our CornerCade, crew Discord, and maybe we could do like a community show or some guys come on. I know B Kirby, you promised to give away a numbskull, a burger time. We still got to do that. I know you've been busy. I don't want to pester you or anything, but hey, if you want to really get Vic Vicious pissed off, let's do this. Hey, Vic, this one's for you. We got him, Zero Redux. We got him. Just to mess with Vic Vicious. He got 3 of them. Let's go. Hey, man, anything happens when it's overtime, baby. Anything happens when it's overtime at the CornerCade for our second Arnold Palmer. Let's go, dude. That's too funny. Okay, so to sum it up, guys, we're working on getting the Supreme pictures. I got to get Return of the Jedi Supreme. We got the WrestleFest Supreme pictures, so we're looking at getting the Supreme lineup. I want to see what if there's going to be another cabinet. We getting 3 cabs. We're just going to get 2 Supremes. We're going to try to find that out. And I think we did a good job, chat. I think we did a good job tonight. That's too funny. We did it, boys. We did it. Oh, so funny, dude. Super chatting is fun. I've done it before. It's so fun. Just mess around. Get your highlighted comment, right? So yeah, we gotta get the full lineup. We gotta get the creme de la creme. Payments. John D was saying payments for his iconic arcade, the second half payments are supposed to come out October 1st. He said that's not going to happen, apparently, is what I'm hearing in the background. So hopefully December 1st is when that second payment comes out, because we're going to get the cabinets like 2-3 weeks after there. So we're going to get the cabinets in December, right before Christmas. So yeah, that would be awesome. Will, and we can do our jot that down. We got to get the real cabinet pictures, not renders, right? That would be cool. There's got to be a prototype flown out there, like the Basic Fun had it. Here, do I have one on my computer? Like this right here. We got to get this, like a real picture of it. We got to get. Listen, if this is the torrent, like it's just because it's the deluxe size, right? And I like that he's putting the 19-inch screen in that Nintendo cab. But like if you were to tell me, hey Danny, like would you get Sega Star Wars Trilogy, Tekken, or Donkey Kong? Like Donkey Kong's third on that list, guys. And it's just I know I'm younger, but listen, I appreciate the 80s. If and when, right? If Basic Fun were to come out with a Crystal Castle Supreme, I'd probably like roll over in my grave. Like that would be day one buy. I don't even care if I had the centipede. It's a piece of art. The cabs in the 80s just like absolutely gorgeous. Like that's when they cared. Later when they just came out with the Capcom conversion, it's like, yeah, here's a sticker and some buttons, throw it in the shit. It's not a piece of art anymore, So yeah, it's gonna be cool for everybody that's getting them. I love what I've seen so far from Multi-Cade Matt, and James hates everything. Their cabs look great. Joel does a phenomenal job. And it's just I'm gonna wait. It's just not like Robotron. I would get a Robotron XL. Hell yeah. It's just the Donkey Kong ones. It's just not my jam. Fix It Felix maybe. Super Mario Brothers would be cool. But it's just like there's only so much money to go around, right? Like there's so many products now. And we haven't even talked about Wonderland Amusements. Like, that pinball. So that'll be another one that'll be cool too. So but yeah, it's the width too. The width too. Yeah, but like I know the Nintendo cabs were smaller than like normal arcade cabs, 100%. But it's also like getting the width down because things tend to look so skinny and small. But again, it's depending on what you want in your home arcade. Like there's not one wrong answer. There's not one right answer. It's all just it is what it is. I think that's all that I got. I don't have any. Were you guys, we kind of touched on this, but were you guys gonna get this? Is this more like, hey, I'm gonna get this if it's a Supreme? Is that kind of like the? Because I know there was a box that said Supreme on this, but then we were trying to get, it was like we were gonna get this instead, and it's like, yeesh. Now obviously, I would mod this into an Asteroids in a heartbeat. That would look pretty cool, right? That would look pretty cool, but no, I mean that this is a hard pill to swallow here. But I could make that into this is like the perfect cabinet, much like the Golden Sea Midway, that you wait for $200 at Sam's Club, Costco. They're just trying to get rid of this. The thing at Costco though is they get rid of their cabinets. Sam's Club, I feel like they don't do that. They don't just boot them out the door. So, if this goes to Costco, $200 all day, I'll get this, right? And just reskin this into an Asteroids. That would be amazing. You guys already know. hey, go with Joe Sabo's and we'll reskin this thing. It'll look incredible. It'll literally look like a piece of art. Yeah, so a lot of people are gonna want that Centipede Supreme. Yeah, that's the way to go. Like that's the way to go. At least for me. Is Wonderland Amusements releasing that Nintendo hockey table? My kids would shit. We're going to find out at the Pinball Expo. I'll be there interviewing them live and in person. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. I don't want to overcommit anything. Obviously, things happen. We have kids. Who knows what can happen, right? But that's the play. And then we'll see firsthand what that thing is. I think it's a Nintendo hockey table, but it could be totally something else, right? I could be totally wrong with that. It would be funny if it was a Nintendo hockey table. I was like, told you. It's stuff that they were working on with Arcade One Up. We saw that like a year and a half ago when I was on with Jay's Hates Everything, and we were going over those prototypes. That's literally something that that was on display there in the corporate offices. So, but this is an exciting time, guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the beginning. There's going to be so much more that will come through. From all of these home arcade companies that are really, really going to be awesome. Like, and it's just going to be exciting. Like, home arcade is revitalized. And I jokingly said, like, home arcade is back, baby. Like, it is. Home arcade is getting back, dude. As we're counting down the XP here, shout outs to Zero Redux, man. He told me to go live, and he came through as the #1 supporter tonight with 1,500 experience points. NASA Canes fan with 550 experience points, and our boy Vic Vicious that we tormented today came in third. He's well deserved at 375 experience points. That's pretty cool that they always do this little thing. I always watch that. But top fans in the house, let's go. Zero Redux, NASA Canes fan, and Vic Vicious for showing up and showing out tonight. Sir Sega says, I bought one of the $175 Arcade One Up Blitzes from that Sam's Club clearance Xmas. So maybe there is. I guess it's just going to depend on what type of deals does Basic Fun have, with the buyback clauses and all that jazz. What type of deals do they have with the retailers that's going to really cause those sales to happen? We don't know that, right? We don't know that. Yeah, I was pissed too. And I still said, like, hey, I bought it for the $5.99 or whatever it was. I think it was $5.99. I was like, it's okay. But I was pissed when I was like $175 or $250 they were. That really sank them and hurt them for sure. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for me. We had fun tonight. We went overtime. I appreciate everybody tonight. This is an impromptu live stream show. I will try my damnedest to bring you new information for Tuesday's show. We'll see. I can't promise. Kind of is what it is, right? If there's information to share. I'll try to do my best to get pictures and any information from Iconic, Basic Fun. It's weird. Like there's really, you're not getting any information from Arcade One Up, but if there's breaking news anywhere, obviously we'll cover it, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for kicking us into overtime for the second Arnold Palmer, guys. Guys, go enjoy your arcades. I know it's late. It's 10:30 here in Central Time, but you still got time. You still got time for the rest of the night. I'll probably get something to eat, and I might hop into something. We'll play a game or two. We'll have some fun, right? That's right, Zero Redux. It's Friday Night Live, bro. Oh, get ready for Friday Night Live, too. There's two things. We went Friday Night Live, but there's also actually our boys Garage Gamer doing Friday Night Live, I would assume, late night live. So go check those guys out as well, because they put on a very fun show, and I always love catching their shows. But anytime, man, impromptu live stream show, Zero Redux, thank you for doing this. We had a blast tonight, going almost 2 hours, kicking it into overtime, kicking it into high gear. Friday night is my arcade night. He's saying every day is my arcade night. It's like we always fire this arcade up. That's why we have it, guys. If we didn't use, I don't understand why anyone would buy these things and not use them. Like you're putting laundry over it, or like what? Like, it makes no sense. I don't know. People are people. Zero, anytime. Chat, you showed up. This is your show, and you made it work tonight. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. And I think, before we end tonight's show, I think we should just and Jason, thank you so much for throwing Late Night Live's link in the description here, but in the comment box. But I think before we get out of here, I think Zero Redux would appreciate one more just for Vic Vicious. Chat, I love you. See you later. Go play arcades, guys. Leave all your thoughts, comments, feedbacks, reactions down below. If you want to be on a future, maybe community show, let me know in the comment section, guys. Give this video a like, please. It's very important to give it a like on your way out, guys. And as always, it's Danny from the CornerCade, guys, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.